Good morning and welcome to the CARE podcast, where we talk sports, leadership, and the mental game of life. I'm your host, Coach Bob Herb. Today's quote is one that most people have heard before. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Now, here's where it gets interesting. This quote's almost always attributed to Thoreau, the famous American writer and philosopher. But just like our last episode, we have another case of misquotation. His actual quote was quite a bit longer and much fancier, but this is a look at the theme the original will do. Let's dig into what it really means to advance confidently toward what we want and how that plays out in big moments. Let's start in the sports world, where confidence can make or break a performance. Think about a quarterback in the pocket. The defense is rushing, the crowd's screaming, and he's got 3 seconds to make a decision. The quarterbacks who succeed aren't the ones who have perfect conditions. They're the ones who move confidently toward their read, even when everything around them is chaos. They advance in the direction of their decision. In basketball, watch a shooter who's in a slump. The confident ones keep shooting. They don't second guess their form or hesitate when they get an open look. They advance confidently toward their shots, trusting their preparation. The ones who lose confidence, they start passing up good shots, and before they know it, they've lost their role entirely. But here's what Thoreau understood. It's not just about blind confidence. He talks about meeting success, unexpected and common hours on the real quote. That means when you advance confidently towards your goals, you discover things about yourself and your capabilities that you never knew existed. Now, let's take a look at the mental game, because this is where advancing confidently becomes crucial. I've coached players who had all the talent in the world, but were paralyzed by perfectionism. They wanted to wait until they felt 100% ready, until conditions were perfect, until they had every single skill mastered. But that's not how advancement works. Thoreau spent 2 years at Walden as an experiment in simple living. He didn't wait until he had all the answers about life. He advanced confidently into the unknown and learned by doing. Some of the best employees are the ones willing to advance confidently into uncomfortable situations. They're not advancing recklessly. They're advancing with purpose, even when the outcome is uncertain. This principle shapes leaders in every area of life. Thoreau was writing about something bigger than sports or career success. He was talking about the courage to live according to our own values, even when society pulls us in different directions. He believed we need to lose the world, meaning disconnect from society's expectations and noise, and truly find ourselves. In business, we've seen leadership get stuck waiting for perfect market conditions, perfect teams, perfect timing. But the ones who build something meaningful, they advance confidently with sometimes incomplete information. They take calculated risks because they understand that waiting for certainty is just another form of standing still. Think about entrepreneurs who leave secure jobs to start their own companies, or teachers who rewrite their curriculum because they think of a better way to reach students. Parents who move their families across the country for better opportunities is another example. They're all advancing confidently in the direction of something they believe in, even if others think they're crazy. So what does confident advancement actually look like? First, it requires clarity about your decision. Thoreau wasn't wandering aimlessly. He had a clear purpose for his experiment. Second, it demands preparation without paralysis. Confidence comes from doing the work, but you can't wait until you feel perfectly prepared for it. At some point, you have to trust your training and move forward. Third, it means accepting that the path will surprise you. Thoreau discovered outcomes and insights he never could have planned for. When you advance confidently, you open yourself up to possibilities you never imagined. And finally, it requires the courage to ignore the noise. Just like Thoreau had to disconnect from the village gossip and expectations, you have to tune out the voices that tell you to play it safe, to wait, to choose the easier path. Here's your challenge for the week. Identify one area where you've been hesitating instead of advancing. Maybe you've been waiting to have a tough conversation. Maybe you've been thinking about pursuing a leadership role, but you've been waiting until it felt right. Maybe you've been considering a career change, but are paralyzed by the unknowns. Whatever it is, this week, I want you to take one concrete step in that direction. Not a giant leap, just one confident step forward. Trust your preparation. Clarify your direction in advance. You don't need perfect conditions or complete certainty. You need the courage to start moving. The beautiful thing about confident advancement is that each step forward gives you information for the next step. Listeners, we want to hear about your advancement. What's one step you're taking this week? Share your commitment on X using the hashtag CareAgentsAdvance. Let's celebrate the courage to move forward. Thanks for tuning in today. Remember, you don't need perfect conditions, to advance confidently. You just need clarity and courage. Don't forget to subscribe and tune in next time as we continue to explore the mental side of the game of life. I'm Bob Herb. Keep advancing, keep discovering, and keep trusting your direction.